And we're on. The reason why I say that is because I have this thing set to, for some reason, to count down from 2 seconds. Hello, good morning, afternoon, whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Here's what's going on. I did a video, a silent video, which would have been something I'm sure a lot of people would have been happy about. And it was the cats. I went around and I filmed it and said anything, and it was real cute. And then really cute. And then I went up to upload it and apply music. It wouldn't let me do the music, so I thought, well, I'm not going to do this, and I tried another time. So here I am in the flesh, I think. I've had relatively no sleep because the child decided to come over. He was concerned about me and decided to come over at 11:30 at night to check on me when I'd just gotten in bed. So, of course, that led to a discussion and a thing and a whatnot and a powwow and blah, blah, blah. And so I went to, I'm allowed to say, and so. I can't say, I'm trying not to end things with just so. Keep that in mind. It led to a powwow. Was that where I was? And then he left. I didn't get to sleep till about 3 in the morning. I woke up at 8. I look hideous. I realize this. I'm haggard. I'm not Merle Haggard, though. Just regular. And here I am. Here's the deal. I'm just going to kind of let you know what's going on around here. I'm going to go get the mail here in a minute, actually. Just to get out and see what's happening. Because Spencer said the town's pretty normal as far as that goes. Like, we don't have the National Guard isn't lined up at the Rite Aid protecting those going to get their prescriptions. Because, of course, anytime there's a lockdown, we have to allow prescriptions to go through and stuff. Don't get me going. Really don't. Because I'm going to try to keep this as delightful as possible. Which leads me to what? Oh, yeah. Going to get the mail here in a little bit. And I'm pausing to gather my thoughts. I have to. And then I'm going to come back and try to do some work. Now, here's what happened yesterday. After I did the video, I reached out to some people. And maybe I shouldn't name names or anything. But there's a corporate entity around here that has a monopoly on a certain service that's used, especially when people are told to stay home. Ooh, wink, nod. And I was just a little miffed that, I offered them the moon, of course. My boss said just offer them whatever. And they can do a public service announcement along with it or whatever we can do to just keep things going, keep their names out there, blah, 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 blah. Well, that entity, and it's our only one that has, that's big, has they're cutting back on advertising. Which is really weird, because if you only knew what I meant, and I think you do know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, what do most people do? Not most loungers, though. I don't think most loungers do this, but most other people are glued to a certain object in the home. Yeah. So there's that. I'm allowed to say so there's that, just not so. I almost said so there. I'm pausing to gather my thoughts again. I'm just going to call this video Pausing to Gather My Thoughts. It was at that point that I sort of let loose and I started to cry, because I think there's a point where we need to face reality about certain things. And right now, I think we should give people a little bit of a exhaling moment to take in what's going on and maybe try this next week. I mean, as much as I, need the income or whatever, I'm not going to... I'll be all right as far as that goes. So I'm not really concerned about that. I worry more about the client. I really shouldn't be in sales because I'm a low pressure salesperson. It's like, do you want to advertise or not? It's okay. If they want to advertise, they will. No, I like being in sales and everything, but sometimes it's a conflict of interest and I have like a moral issue. Here I go. With doing it, depending on a campaign, like, as you know, I'm not mainstream, ladies and gentlemen. So when we have certain campaigns at maybe certain time of the year that I'm not really in line with, or with which I'm not in line, we have to maintain good grammar at all times. I feel a little strange approaching, but I do it. And so, that is, I said, and so that is a little bit of a moral conflict for me right now. But I will say that this employment situation is really perfect for me because I can do a video, I can gather my thoughts if I have to meditate or send a vibe or break into tears. And I found a friend. I don't know if I told you that. Like on Millionaire, I found a friend and worked through it. Thank you to that friend who might be watching this. So on and so forth. I don't even know what I was saying. See, I cannot. I'm 3 in the morning. I cannot function on 5 hours of sleep. It's not going to happen. That's why my voice is weird. Where's my necklace? Oh, there it is. Where's my necklace? There's 18 of them hanging around my neck. Pausing to gather my thoughts. I think I'm going to just focus on the people that are currently in the paper and see how I can change their ads. We have a business directory. And, oh, I know what I was saying. I was saying that I feel a lot of sympathy for the client, I guess. I mean, I'm not pushy when it comes to sales, ladies and gentlemen, but some people will probably buy from me because I'm not pushy, I would imagine. That would have been a place where I would have said so. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually call myself a low-pressure saleswoman because in my view, you tell me if you agree, if people are so inclined to advertise, they're going to advertise, but there's not a lot of talking them into it if they're already, in the mindset of not wanting to. Although clearly I have brought people around. I've had people say the only reason they do it is because they live for me, which is kind of cute. I like that. Boy, this is just rambling. I'm just going on about work because it is. Here's the deal. In real life, in regular life, and what we're living now is, fake life, I guess. There's pressure on me because of the revenue that from the ads, of course, to keep the paper going. And then you add this to it with people kind of clutching pearls, and the thing is everywhere we look in headlines, and I get very suspicious over things that are on 24/7. I always have. I don't know why other people who are normally suspicious of things that are running 24 hours everywhere you look, even the alternative media, blah, blah, blah. Are we questioning anything here? Are we just going along with the herd? I'm not saying anything's fake either. That's a problem with the certain people who don't accept mainstream and research things deeply. They're generally called conspiracy theorists. And some of them are, I guess, but it just gets a bad name, I think, the whole conspiracy theorist. Oh, my God. Oh, don't call me that. I'll melt into a puddle. What kind of drives me to drink, though, about some of them is you can't just approach things and say, such and such is a hoax. Even when I see that, I'm like, and I'm very open to looking into different things. I think, oh my God, you lunatic. And I don't really think people are lunatic. Well, some are, but it's not a good approach, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just, and I notice a lot of people like drop this. This is a blank. This happened for this reason. And with certainty. A guy across the pond does an alternative show, and he calls it it's Richie Allen, with whom I have a love-hate relationship, by the way. He says it's the Truth or Industrial Complex. I think that's a good one. I do. Boy, I'm done. This has gone all over the map. I don't know we're on 8 minutes here. And what have I really said? Oh, Buddy Bates, clunk. For those of you who don't know, I fell over on live YouTube while screaming. Well, not screaming, while saying Buddy Bates, but as I went over, I was yelling out his name because I was pointing to his state on a map. It was back in the old days. So long ago, in the late 70s. I am really done. This is completely insane. I don't know. Okay, over and out. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Oh dear, I look haggard. We're all haggard. Join me, join others. Just drop everything. Research before you judge. And what's the other thing? Issues. Something like that. Whatever. But we can all agree on this. War's a racket. I would also look into the profit motive behind the war on invisible things floating around. Sorry, I just had to say it. 9/12. Crazy. Really crazy. Bye.